whether they're trying to quit that retail job, trying to quit that toxic environment. People are jumping into tech left and right, but don't be confused. People are leaving too. So if you don't want to be one of those people and you don't want to be concerned about the layoffs, then stay tuned as I go through some of the tips that will help you learn to code faster, get confident in your skills, and get that job. So stay tuned. So one thing out the gate that helped me was YouTube. That is a free resource to have alongside as you're learning to program. And another tool that we have now that we didn't have before was ChatGPT. They can make this process a lot faster because you can pull up a ChatGPT window and you can ask it about what's happening in your local area. Who are some of the top hiring employers in your local area? You can be very specific within the hour range, within the nearest major city, and you can ask what are those industries, who are those companies that are hiring, and what are they looking for? What are the common technological frameworks? Are you still trying to decide whether you should be a developer or go on the infrastructure side? There are a lot of pros and cons to either one. I am somewhere in the middle where I decided to learn a little bit of everything and then focus on some key principles. Some may call this a T-shaped learning. Whatever it may be, what you want to do is have a well-rounded understanding of how different technologies work together. And then depending on your local market, local job market, have a focus in that area. All right, now you can use GPT to look up that information. You can also use Google Bard, Gemini Pro as well, and you can pull up this information. What are the common technologies? What are the common skills? Have it list the tech skills, the soft skills or business skills, communication skills that will be relevant for this job, and then what are free and low cost online or even local to your community places where you can learn these. A lot of people still have a hard time with online learning because you have to do everything yourself. You have to be on top of yourself. You have to stay disciplined even when you don't feel like doing it. I decided to take courses out of school because there will be someone there to hold me accountable. And as someone who is new to online learning, I really appreciated having someone like a professor that I can reach out to and have questions, and have someone that will give me a deadline to follow. So if you're just getting started and you're not used to having to be accountable for yourself and having to keep yourself up, maybe taking a course at a local community college could be for you, or you can find an online program that has online support with real people that you can ask questions so when you're getting stuck. And also you have your online communities such as Discord and Reddit, which are common for having to ask questions and talk to other people that are going through what you're going through. Now that ChatGPT now shows you the companies and the skill stack and the tech stack, the business skills that you need to learn, now you can have ChatGPT come up with some ideas, because you may not know much about these industries, so you can ask it to tell you what are some of the common business problems that these industries are struggling with. Another thing you can use your ChatGPT, it's actually a great tutor. Another thing I really didn't have going through this program was a step-by-step guide and a tutor in a sense. So now you have your AI guide. As you start to encounter problems with your project, what you want to do is perhaps ask your ChatGPT to give you some step-by-step instructions. Now, what I mean by this is if you're not taking anything at a university, which means you're doing this completely on your own, self-study, you need a guide, okay? You need step-by-step, action plan, week to week, day to day, and it should lead up to some sort of certification. Now, there's a lot of argument in the field about which certification to get, and I will touch upon that later on. If you're thinking about you don't want to be too technical, don't want to do too much coding, there's still options on the security side as auditing, and there are certifications on that side that will be relevant to you as well. As you begin to complete your projects, you want to start building up your online presence, update your LinkedIn, update your resume, and your ChatGPT will be great for doing your resume to make it ATS friendly, which helps it get through the filters that recruiters use to X out candidates. And you can use your ChatGPT for your resume, for interview tips, some of the common questions that are typically asked, and how to answer them. Okay, so especially if you get the jitters when it comes to interviewing, like I do, sometimes this is just helpful if you don't have anyone to do mock interviews and practice interviews with. So you can use the AI chat box for this as well. Some of the concerns that you may be having is, geez, I still don't know if I even want to go through this. Let me tell you, I didn't plan on being broke. I didn't plan on working a minimum wage job. And I'm sure you did not either. You did not plan to struggle. You did not plan on being broke. You did not plan on being at a dead-end job. These are situations that you happen to find yourself in. And I'm simply pointing out some solutions for those of you who want to get out and need some fast, easy tips to do so. Everything that I'm providing to you is readily available online. So I know it can be a lot trying to sift through all the information out there. But if you watch enough of it, you'll notice some things that are common amongst what we talk about, and that is the projects, the hands-on. Get your foot in the door as soon as possible. Even while you're studying, you can start applying to jobs. You just need to get your foot in the door. It doesn't have to be a software engineering role off the bat. Then stay tuned as I'm going to go through some of the other hurdles you may go through and how to get through them.